Hello and welcome back to another housing video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. This video serves as an answer to what exactly has been added to housing merchants as of patch 7.1. We're going to look at all of those items. So if you come over to a housing merchant in any of your housing districts, for example, this one is in the Mist. We're at Seagaze Markets. You'll find housing merchants. They're in every single one of them. And on every single one of these lists, nearly, apart from the Phasmoscapes one, we're going to find new items. So if we go on one of these, you'll find that if we tick the show only recently added items, there's a bunch of items. Firstly, there's a square stepping stones for 3,000, which is an outdoor piece. I think that's the only outdoor piece that we can actually get that's brand new. We also have some interior design stuff, which is the pure white interior wall, the light wood flooring, and the flat ceiling lamp. So we're going to get those as well. And then additionally, we've got some furnishings. So we've got the classroom chair, which is obviously designed to look like the chairs that you might see in a certain place. The Scholasticate, specifically in Ishgard. We also have tables as well. We've got the classroom desk. And we also have, if we go on the partitions and wall decoration section, a investigation map and the classroom blackboard for 7,000 gil there as well. In addition to that, there's also some shelves and rugs, which is the contemporary iron shelf on that category for 3,000. We also have ourselves under the pillars and decorations section, nothing actually, I thought there was. Is it the other section? Yeah, it's the other section. We've got the Apothecary Mortar as well. And that's pretty much all of the items. So what I've done is I've bought a bunch of these things. Let's go and look at them and see what they look like. Okay, so the first thing is obviously a good idea to do the housing outdoors item first. We only have one of those to look at, and it's some stepping stones whilst we still have daylight in the game. So the square stepping stones say, square stones of varying sizes, carefully placed so as to avoid crushing the flowers. So this is what those look like then. Let's plop these down in the nice, the light area. That would be a good idea. They're undyeable. They are stepping stones. They're not too big, actually. I was kind of hoping they would be covering more space than just essentially what is, a square rectangle shaped area. I was kind of hoping they'd be a strip. We have other stepping stones in the game that are a strip, like zigzag patterns and things. I guess if you wanted just a block, if you're going to buy multiples of these, of course, we're still at the liberty of, the restrictions of the placement slots. So having an item like this, as small as it is, might be kind of annoying. I mean, the other stepping stones are the same. I still wish for the day where we can have a replacement for the ground textures so that we don't have to just, place items to get this effect. This, in my opinion, should be an effect that you can tile. And there should be a setting when you go to the placard or your housing settings menu to choose an item to tile. I mean, I don't know if that's something that Square Enix could consider, like tile options. It's something that you see in games like The Sims, where when you're trying to create a ground texture, you basically just click and drag an area. I'm not saying that, but like they could just have a default of it is grass plus stone, it is sand, it is wildflowers. You know what I mean? Having any other option other than this grass texture would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, on its own, it's not too bad. It's really not too bad. The texture's quite nice. I like the little flowers growing in between them. I just wish that we had this as an option as one of the defaults tiled, because that would be cool to have that kind of like rocky landscape. Same with other textures as well. Let's go inside and look at some of the other items. All right, so here we are inside the FC house. And as you know, recently I made a video talking about how much I love the new housing design, the renovation feature to get rid of the pillars. We're obviously still working on plans of what we want to do in here, so it's not decorated at all, but that will be fixed soon. So we've actually got some items that suit this a little bit better. So let's remodel the interior for our ground floor, and we have the pure white interior wall. It says an interior wall of plain pristine white for maximum versatility. We have a light wood flooring. It says flooring made from rustic planks and an unpretentious pale shade, and the flat ceiling lamp. So we're going to temporarily swap out my favorite chandeliers in the game, the diamond ones, and yeah, see what this looks like. So these are the walls. Very, very basic change there. Matches the rest of it. Nice white basic walls. Looks like something you'd want to draw on. Then for the flooring, we have the laminated. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that is actually gorgeous. Wow. Okay, that might have to stay. I love bright wood colors. That goes so well. So if we wanted to go for a modern aesthetic, like what we want to do is we want to put some bay windows into these curved partitions that we've placed with the pillars, similar to what we had before. Probably get rid of this. We're just messing around, seeing what things look like. Have like comfy corners, you know, try and curve the house, because I think if we had this curve effect all the way around without cutting too much extra space off, it would look completely different, really modern, and we can go for some futuristic stuff. In terms of the flat ceiling lamp, then let's put that there as well. A nice soft yellow light, so that's going to bring warmth into the property as opposed to the dark bluish purple that I had from my my diamond chandeliers. It looks really nice, doesn't it, actually, with that combo? There's the light, which looks pretty great. And of course, we have the walls and the floor. In terms of, let's just press confirm with that. Let's look at the different lighting. Yeah, so the lights actually look pretty good, even when they're dimmed. I quite like those. I'm not sure if I'll keep them, because I do like chandeliers. But yeah, maybe if we mix it with these spotlights that my girlfriend's been messing around with the lofts, that would be cool to give that kind of modernist look. But yeah, they're pretty nice. Nice warm lights providing cozy space, especially when you dim them slightly. It's also got this nice warm spotlight effect directly below them. The lighting changes in Dawntrail are phenomenal. Right, now we've got a space to place things. I also love the sound effect of running on this floor. Like the wood effect. Oh, I love that. I've missed that, actually. The cold marble I had before is quickly being forgotten. So let's have a look at some of the stuff. So we've actually got the classroom related stuff. So let's temporarily make this area the classroom for no particular reason. So what we've got is we have ourselves some chairs, right? Which are 2,000 gil each. It says, this sturdy chair was built to accommodate young students throughout their educational journey, which look like this. They are your atypical. Ooh, those are actually quite cool. They've got the bolts in there. Yeah, we never had chairs like this where I went to school. Maybe this is like a Japanese design more than anything. You might see these in Japanese schools. We had horrible plastic curved ones that people would often go and do sports day events, sit down in, and then sweat. And then you'd have to sit in their seat when they when you came into the classroom after day, you know, for your lesson, and it just stank. So that's my memory of school chairs. This one looks a lot better. It's got ventilation for a start. Really cool. Of course, those items are dyeable as well. To go with that, we've got the classroom desk. It says this compact desk was built to accommodate young students throughout their educational journey. So the same thing. And you can get those obviously for 2,500 gil. So 2,000 for the chairs, 2,500 from a housing merchant for the desk. Those are also dyeable, presumably the tops as well. Looking pretty great, actually. There's actually a space for you to store chewing gum or what, I don't know, your books. Usually it's chewing gum, right? I hated touching the underside of these desks accidentally in my school. I really like how shiny that top is. It's completely unrealistic. Most school desks have like people's names carved into them and love hearts or such and such is a dick. Or maybe that's just my school. We had a lot of that. And then to go with the classroom idea, so let's just stick these over here near a wall. We have ourselves the blackboard, the classroom blackboard, large enough to fit a single day's lesson into in any one subject. Chalk and dust are included. So this is 7,000 gil, which isn't too bad. And I personally would have liked to have a slightly bigger one. I'm not sure if the one in Ishgard is bigger than this. I think it might be, or it might be just an illusion based on the space that it's in. But it's pretty cool nonetheless. It loses a lot of texture up close. So this is obviously something you're designed to... Ooh, it's still a bit blurry there. To see from a bit of a distance. It's really cool though. And if you're going for a scholasticate or sort of school kind of feel to it, or even a scientist laboratory, that kind of thing. You could have a blackboard on there. The writing is illegible for that exact reason. It kind of looks like complex mathematics with the brackets and things above things, but you know, it's unclear, which is good. We've got different types of chalk there. We've got a board rubber, and we've also got the storage for things there. Yeah, so yeah, that's really cool. And I really like the fact that we have obviously the tables and chairs, which we would have to rotate usually. And of course, if we arrange things properly, this is what the classroom idea would look like, with some chairs and tables all arranged with the blackboard. I think that looks really cool. Of course, there are other items in the patch we'll look at in other videos. There is lots of tables and things that we can make for the professor or lecturer. I think these look really, really cool. And of course, the desks work really good. You can place items on them as you typically would imagine. So if you've got some books or whatever, I've just got the Gridanian bouquet lying around to demonstrate, but yeah, they work as proper table items. Maybe someone's brought some roses for teacher, although that would be very frowned upon in these days, but that used to be a thing. You used to get gifts for your teachers. I'm probably showing my age a little bit there. Well, you'd get bullied, but if you did, but yeah, you often saw people getting like a fruit or something for their lecturer, because people used to reward the people who were nice and taught them things they didn't know. Shocking, isn't it? Right, let's look at the other items. We've also got the investigation map, which has me all over the place. I can't wait to see this. It says clues and clippings linked together with thread in the fashion of a master sleuth. It probably doesn't mean anything. So this is like your Sherlock Holmes trying to figure a murder out / psycho murderer trying to figure something out, like your conspiracy theorist kind of thing on the wall there. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I would love to see more of this. I'd love to see an even bigger one, but we've got all sorts of things going on here. It looks almost like X marks the spot, like trying to link events, places, news clippings together. This is the work of an Eorzean mastermind or a serial killer, one of the two. But I'm trying to figure out if we could figure out any kind of locations there. Obviously, this is an island chain here. There's a symbol that they're trying to match up. This basically looks like people trying to dissect the Encyclopedia Eorzea entries and link them to random mentionings by NPCs in the game, and being like, oh, there's actually greater lore here to do with this character. It relates to this one scene where somebody mentioned something about this island, and then yeah, it goes on from there. This is basically the community of theory crafters and lore crafters in a nutshell, and I love this. Absolutely love this. The clippings and things like that. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so now you can fill an entire room with these and do the emote where it looks like you're completely vexed. In fact, we might do that for the thumbnail. Really, really cool though. Really like that item. We additionally have the contemporary iron shelf, which is the metal framework will support even the heaviest of potted plants for 3,000. So let's check that. So this is a very sturdy metal framed shelf. Basically, I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. And it looks like that. It's pretty decent size. It's got this iron railing. Fun fact, there are some railings like this on their side, obviously. In London, if you walk around, I don't know if you're British watching this, that don't appear to be like made of flimsy stuff. They're actually made very similar to this, and the reason that they look like that on their side in London is that they're repurposed from World War II stretchers. I think it is. So they had like stretchers designed like this, and then they repurposed them into things like fences and shelving. So this is quite cool, actually. I really like this. You know, recycle. We've got some books on here. That's cool. So we could use this in our school setting, perhaps. We've got these baskets to store things in, and of course, we've got a kind of potted plant up there. As well. I'm not sure why I was jumping to look at the top of it when we could just pan the camera. Very nice. Very nice. Looking pretty good, honestly. Yeah. And then we've got one last item, which is the Apothecary Mortar. It says, includes a selection of wild herbs commonly ground into medicine. So, is this just a pestle and mortar? Oh, it's got the herbs, like it says. Okay, let's use one of these desks. Let's say this is one of the school projects or something to, I don't know, make some drugs or something. Okay, that's not where my thought process was going, but there we go. So we've got all sorts of, they're floating because I put them on here. The desk is not big enough. We've got some kind of like beady seedy things up here. We got some, what looks like heather or something. We got like mint and parsley maybe, and thyme and rosemary. That definitely looks like mint to me, those leaves. Maybe that's mint, I don't know. Looks really cool though, and yeah, really good selection of items, I think you'll agree, from the housing merchant alone. That's without even having to spend money on the market board once. So if you see any of these items on the market board and you're like, whoa, that's cool, do not buy. These people are trying to obviously do presumably what you would do as well and make some quick gil, and I don't blame them at all. There's some really beautiful items here. All right, quickly, let's look at dye ability then. So no dye ability on the investigation map. There is dye ability on the contemporary iron shelf, as you can see. So it dyes the actual wood section and not the railing. I would love in the future for there to be a double dye palette for housing items as well as clothing. I know that's asking a lot since we have a lot of things that aren't double dyed on costumes at the moment, but maybe in the future when they run out of items to double dye, they could apply the same tech to housing. I would very much appreciate that. It looks really good though in different wood colors. We have obviously the classroom chairs, which also are dyeable. So if you want to theme around a specific color for your classroom, or maybe to repurpose these as not classroom chairs, you can totally do that. A lot of people use old classroom equipment in real life, don't they? As other things, repurposed desks, repurposed chairs, that kind of thing. Looks good. That kind of sort of polished vinyl almost. It's like a polished vinyl, isn't it? Basically, the texture. Then we have the desk itself, which is also changeable in the same exact way. So it's like a vinyl or veneer kind of thing. Not quite, you know, it's like a plastic coat finish, like it's been lacquered. Yeah, it's got a kind of lacquer shine to it, which is pretty cool and is very indicative of some cheap classroom equipment. Very nice. I do like that a lot. So the dye ability is good there. Then obviously the blackboard as well. We can change the color of the surround on that, which is really nice. So we've got different colors there to match if you've got a specific theme for your needs. I don't know. Maybe you want to match to like blue or something. Really cool. This is not all though. 7.1 has a ton of housing items in this patch, and we're going to try and get through as many, if not all of them, that we can. There might be some limitations on how long it takes to get some of them, because some of them are from deep sea voyages and things like that. But I think personal favorites, it's hard to choose a favorite. I think the classroom setting is perfect because that basically fills an entire room. You know, people have wanted this kind of Scholasticate background ever since Ishgard existed, or before then when they just wanted to remake a classroom. I think the walls and fixtures are gorgeous. This floor, which we keep forgetting about, I already forgot about this existence. Probably my favorite floor in a game for housing. We're definitely going to be using this. I need to buy it for the other floors, I think. The railing's pretty cool. Bit of nostalgic history there. And I think this is probably one of the coolest things. I want to see more things like this. I'd like to see a desk with a magnifying glass on it. And news clippings, like someone's unorganized chaos, basically, you could call the item. But yeah, really, really cool. Really happy with these. And hopefully everybody was happy with this video. I tried, obviously, not to make separate videos on these items. Some people get very ratty at me for sharing my passion with Final Fantasy XIV and putting it into separate videos. So yeah, hopefully that ticked the box for anybody who wanted to look at these items. Anyway, much love. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and admire how beautiful this floor looks with the walls, the ceiling lamp, and the new fixtures compared to what it looked like before. Ah, it looks so good. I can't wait to get the upstairs walls and stuff. Fantastic. Really, really happy with that. Bye-bye.